What's up, family and friends? It's your family member, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, your nephew. I can't be your son, but it's Will Henry, right? Just coming to talk to y'all again today. Just coming to drop some knowledge and give y'all some more tips. So we on vlog number 12, okay? I've been trying to do a vlog each week, so I guess I've been doing it for at least 12 weeks. And what I want to talk to y'all about is resistance training. So I'm on to the next series, right? The next series is where do you go from here, right? We talked about the types of cardio, then we talking about just doing whatever you got to do to keep moving. Now we're on the resistance training, right? This is very important. This is a very paramount piece to success when it comes to having lean muscle, when it comes to burning calories without having to do anything, when it comes to toning and shaping up your body. Resistance training should be a mainstay in everyone's program because everyone needs to do it, right? To build strength, right? And when you build strength, you're gonna build character, correct? And so what that means, you just have a stronger mindset. You'll be able to push through the tough times, the adversity, the struggles in life, right? So when we talk about resistance training is not just lifting weights, okay? Resistance training is not picking up some heavy weights and thinking you're the Hulk or She-Ra, you know what I'm saying? He-Man, whatever you want to call yourself, man or woman. But resistance training could be using body weight, right? Resistance training could be using the bands or the tubes. Resistance training could be using the cables, the dumbbells, the barbells. Resistance training could be the TRX bands. Anything that puts your muscles under tension is considered resistance training, right? So what type of resistance training do we need to do? Where do we need to go, right? Where do we go from here? So I feel like if you're a beginner, let's talk with my beginners today. And then I'll get to the intermediate and advanced a little bit later. But let's talk to the beginners right now. If you're a beginner, I would recommend you start off on body weight. I recommend you start off on push-ups, pull-ups, squats, lunges, and if you can't do the pull-ups, do the hanging inverted row. Or if you got a assisted machine in your gym, do the assistant pull-ups, right? Because you want to be able to work your back. It's hard to really just like work your back using body weight if you don't have that pull-up bar, if you don't have some type of equipment to hold on to pull yourself up, right? So you want to make sure you working a little bit of everything, and also your core strength as well. So we can also use resistance training when it comes to using our core. And a lot of people, they do body weight exercises, they do core exercises with body weight, so it only makes sense. So if you're a beginner, let's start with body weight. That's my philosophy. You worrying about how much you can lift or how strong you can become, but if you can't do, you know, your push-ups without fatigue, and if you can't do your squats without burning out, then we need to start over. We need to start from a fundamental standpoint to build you up, right? Then when we get to the intermediate, then what are you trying to do, right? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to build mass? Or are you trying to have a tone, a lean, chiseled physique? What are you trying to do, right, when it comes to my intermediate? So now most of the people in the intermediate, we need to figure out, do we need to do heavy weight, low reps, or do we need to do low weight, high reps? So when you're in the intermediate, you got to understand that one will help with your muscular endurance. You'll be able to do a little bit more reps. You'll be able to burn a little bit more calories. You're probably gonna sweat a little bit more doing the high reps, low weight, and heavier weight, low reps. You're gonna be able to build strength. You're gonna be able to put on some mass. So it really just depends on your goal, right? If you're in the intermediate, what are you trying to accomplish when it comes to that? And then when we get to the advanced level, right? So you got mass, right? You got strength, you got tone, you got definition, right? You got some type of physique that you're working on or that you're working with. So what's the next step in resistance training, right? Where do we go from there? And to all my advanced lifters, it's all about just having a goal in mind, right? Having a number, something that can continue to push you. Maybe a bodybuilding competition, maybe a powerlifting competition, maybe just logging your lifts, logging your weight, and finding a way to increase your max, right? And finding a way to increase your reps on each set. But when you're an advanced lifter, when you're an advanced person doing resistance training, it's all about challenging yourself. Now you have the physique. Now it's basically like chiseling away, right? Working more on your detail, working more on the lifts that you are weak at, right? That you are uncomfortable with doing most of the time. So once you've gotten into the groove of things, you know, through the beginner phase, now we've already figured out, do we need to lift, you know, heavy, or do we need to lift light? And then from there, after we've done all these things, what are our problem areas? What are the areas that we weaken? Is our legs not strong, or is our upper body, is our bench press not strong? Is our, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or what about the cardiovascular endurance? So, you know, that's another thing to think about, but I already kind of talked about that in the previous vlog. So it's all about being knowledgeable, right? Because you always got to keep challenging yourself. You always got to keep inspiring and motivating yourself to do more, because once you get into an advanced stage, you pretty much can lift what you want to lift. You can do what you want to do when it comes to working out. So we got to find another way to challenge yourself, and with that, that's why you record those logins. That's why you record, you know, your previous workouts, to try to get better and try to improve on those things. So, and then just work on your weaknesses, right? Because now we're advanced. All we got to do is just tighten up our weaknesses so we can be overall balanced, so we can be strong overall. So resistance training, right? The more muscle you have on your body, the more calories you're gonna burn without having to do anything, right? That's one of the secrets that people don't know about. So people doing a lot of cardio, they don't realize if they don't do resistance training, they lost a lot of weight through cardio, but if they don't have that muscle to continue to burn that high amount of calories, it'll come back a lot quicker. That's why I tell a lot of people. Also, building the lean muscle will help lower the body fat percentage. A lot of people think that your weight determines your real health, right? But it's really your body fat percentage, because if you have a lower body fat, that means you're gonna have less fat around the organs, less fat around your body. You're gonna feel better, you're gonna be able to move better. So it ain't just because you're skinny that you're healthy, right? We know a lot of people that's in the weight limits that our doctors recommend us to be in, but they're not healthy. They're skinny fat, right? Because they're not doing the resistance training. That's why it's important to add that into your program. So my advice to y'all, my tips to y'all is just do what you need to do to be strong, right? Strength builds character. So resistance training is important in any workout. All right, thank y'all for your time.